Hey y'all, it's me, Shea Butter Love, popping in on this beautiful day. Out here, getting some air. We're supposed to be walking, and Spirit said, go ahead and do a video. Sometimes you have to honor what it is you are being told intuitively. Following your intuition is very important. It means surrendering to the moment. Not just what's going on in your mind, in your heart, in your body, but in your entire being. Your intuition lies in your solar plexus. So what I'm doing now is honoring my intuition. If you are new to my page, welcome. Please hit the like button. Please share the video if you feel like it is informative for someone. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You are welcome here. You are appreciated for being here. And I hope that you benefit mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and grow to some degree from being on my page. So let's get to it. I'm out here. It is a beautiful evening on the West Coast. It feels really good outside. These bugs is kind of on me. So if you see me doing different things like this, that is why. Because they tearing my ass up. And that's to be quite honest. So today's topic is Utopia. And I had been thinking about this for some time now. And I also had been having some dreams that were given to me for me to sit on. And I didn't understand why I was having some of the dreams I was having. I didn't understand quite to a T exactly why my life was going the way that it was going. And I'm always very much so open-minded, very much so in the knowing that there are lessons in all the things that we experience. Whether it is as a spectator, whether it is being in the game, whether it is, coaching the game. I'm always fully aware that there is a reason for everything that is taking place. It's not just the universe working against us always. That's not the case. It's not just bad luck all the time. That's not the case. Sometimes things really do come to us. People really do come to us. Certain emotions and experiences and aspects of our journey come to us in order to provide us with some form of wisdom. Now, what we do with that wisdom is up to us. A lot of people like to hoard information or dismiss information. I'm a person that likes to share information as I receive it spiritually if I'm meant to share it. I'm very good with words, so that's the reason why I choose to do that. And it aligns with my purpose, right? So Utopia, a state of being, a state of mind, existence, a life, a delusion, so to speak, a life journey that is perfect. It dwells in perfection. And this does not exist. And I'm a person that have so many different perspectives and so much different enlightenment on this topic. Utopia does not exist. And it's a good thing that it doesn't, because this life experience from the most natural perspective requires balance. And the moment that we can understand that, if we've had 10 great years and now all of a sudden we have one bad year, that is still giving us a hand that is a winning hand, instead of looking at it from the perspective of why me. A lot of people like to play the victim or be the victim. Some people are not even playing. They literally are the victim to their circumstances. They allow themselves to be this way. This is something that I personally cannot relate to. Although I have beat my own ass in reference to some of the decisions that I've made in my life, more so or less. Never in a sense of things that have happened to me. And even from that place, you have to ease up off yourself and not be so hard on yourself, I'm going to take my jacket off, y'all, because it's about to be nighttime here, but I'm always hot. And this air feels good. And I just want to feel, I want to feel the air right now. I want to feel the atmosphere on my body. And I will stop and say that in this very moment, I'm just very much so thankful to be alive. I'm very much so thankful to be in existence in this space to where I can share a piece of my mind with you all so that hopefully somebody can benefit from this. Ashe? So I think that a lot of suffering that takes place with many people comes from creating this utopia of how life is supposed to be and how life was supposed to go and how life is. And it's not rooted in reality many times. You know what I'm saying? So it's important that we get rooted in reality and we become a little more authentic with ourselves, even if we find it hard to be real with other people. Because most people can't be real with other people, but even in a space where we find it hard to be real with ourselves, we have to work at being more authentic and more raw with ourselves so that we can really establish some type of truth, so that we can really establish a deeper meaning to why we're here. I'm gonna let that helicopter pass, y'all. You know, my videos, for y'all that's new, we do this off the cuff. We don't do edits. We don't do that because I'm a very authentic person and I allowed myself to be used spiritually in a form of a vessel. So whatever is said was meant to be said. However it goes is meant to go. And that's how I move. So getting back to this utopia, you know, this whole perspective of perfection and that perfect body and that perfect house and that perfect life and that perfect career and that perfect mate that you've conjured up in your mind, that you've set on and you've perfected your manifestation techniques and your rituals to get these things. And these things come to us sometimes and we're like, damn, I got this, I got the house, I got the this, I got the that, I got the car, I got the, you know what I'm saying, money, I got these. And then we realize that these things also come with flaws, that these pros came with cons because life is in balance. And sometimes these things not only came with flaws, but they came in a wrapping that did not match what was in the inside. It was wrapped up real pretty. This gift had a bow on it. And when that bow came off, you realize that what was in the inside was molded. It was old. It was decrepit. And I say all of that to say this. There is no utopia. So sometimes, instead of us choosing to dwell in a space of woe is me, we can choose to dwell in a space of what is the lesson that is presented with this situation, person, place, or thing? What am I supposed to be gaining here? And that's how I choose to live my life. And it's very beneficial. Now, this does not go to show or say that choosing to have this perspective doesn't give me the space to be upset or be disappointed or be let down or not have expectations, because I have expectations. But my expectations are rooted in truth. My expectations are rooted in a space of understanding what it is I see versus what I want. The fact versus, the opinion. The reality versus the fantasy. And at times we can have a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Sometimes you can have a little bit of reality and a little bit of fantasy. But it's very important that you do not allow your perspective of who you are and what it is you're here for to become so rooted in fantasy that you lose yourself. And this is the reason why life got a lot of y'all in a chokehold. Because you have lost yourself to Utopia, to Barbie Land, to Candyland, to Dream World, to a place that does not exist. And you got to be very careful what it is you ask for and expect in this life. Because what it is you will get is all that comes with that. And everything comes with a form of baggage or responsibility attached to it. Sometimes we don't realize that. Being successful comes with responsibility. As a business owner, I now know that. But I went into the game understanding that. And as I begin to grow, I begin to have a different level of awareness. And I'm very much so open-minded about the pace that I move at because of that. Having a lot of things comes with responsibility to keep up these things, to maintain what it is that you present, to maintain your image. There is no, I got it, it's here, it's done. That's not how that works. Everything gets old, everything breaks, everything needs fixing. Relationships included, yourself. And so, as I was getting ready to do my walk, my back started to hurt. And a lot of times back pain can be presented with the need to ground yourself. I knew I was supposed to be outside right now. So sometimes we have to listen with our spiritual ears. Sometimes we have to quiet down. We have to understimulate so that we can receive what the universe is trying to give to us, so that we're not locked into utopia. And I know this message is for somebody. I don't know who it's for. I don't know why it came to me this way. I don't know why I'm presenting it this way, but I understand that I'm operating as a vessel, always to deliver the message I'm supposed to deliver. And I want people to be a lot more rooted into reality so that you can survive this world from a perspective that does not put you in a position of being too hard on yourself. A lot of us are far too hard on ourselves. I'm getting a lot of reassuring downloads to give me the clarity I've been asking for on why it is I'm exactly where I am in this moment. And sometimes we're not listening with the spiritual ears. We are not intuitively open because we are overstimulated by everything that's going on outside of us, by all of these desires that we have conjured up, by all of these goals, by all of these plans, by all of these distractions, by all of these other opinions and these words and these definitions. And sometimes we have to scale back. Sometimes we have to become a little bit more secluded. Sometimes we have to tap into motherfucking reality. And reality can be a grim place. I remember some years ago, I made a Facebook post and I said, and I never will forget it because I was being used at that moment. And I said, reality is an ugly cry on your mama porch. Sometimes it's an ugly cry on your grandma's porch, on your grandmother's lap. Sometimes reality is a fuck up. Sometimes it's a mistake. And I think as long as we are open to the reality that within the best planning, within the best plan, within the best life, within all these things, that there's always room for some type of darkness to creep in. There's always room for pain. There's always room for growth. There's always room for some type of navigation of something to throw you off course. And it's natural. It's natural because it's real. So I hope this message has rendered some clarity for someone. And the best thing that you can do as a person, as a human having a human experience, is allow yourself to be mindful that we are not in control of all things as much as we think we are. There's always room for something to take place. And that something may come to teach you a lesson so that you can teach someone else that may go through that one day. This life is very real, very full of loopholes, laws, evil, negativity, pain. Some of these things are inevitable. But the beautiful thing is this: we are always given, and we all have been given, the ability to choose. We all have that ability, the will to choose. We've all been given that. So if you find yourself on your journey and on your path in a space that is uncomfortable and not providing you with what it is that is in alignment with your peace, with your happiness, then you always have the ability to make another choice. A lot of people choose to stay stuck in their decisions due to fear. And a lot of people, right now, fear got a lot of people in a chokehold. I'm gonna say that one more time. A lot of people right now are in a chokehold because of fear. Afraid to make a decision for a better life because they're afraid to make a mistake. And that's what this life is about. Trial and error. Making mistakes. Joy and pain. Within every choice that is made, we are presented with the potential for there to be a positive outcome or a mistake. Even if you approach a situation with all the placements, all the right moves, all the right cards, all the answers, all the preparation, there still leaves room for failure. That's why we have faith. A lot of y'all don't have the faith that y'all say y'all have, which is the reason why you get stuck in utopia and you begin to beat your own ass for this perfect life, for this perfect choice, for this perfect plan that doesn't exist. So take the time today to allow yourself to not be stimulated so much, to sit with yourself and slow down. Because time is moving fast, and a lot of y'all making it move faster. Thinking that you will be on top because of the fact that you're moving faster. And a lot of y'all moving fast and y'all ain't going nowhere. You're running in a circle chasing your tail because you will not face the reality that somewhere in your decision, another decision needed to be made. And now it's time for a new plan. And within that new plan, there is room for failure. Now, a lot of people look at that as a negative. But within every decision, there's a lesson. So you could either choose to live your life in delusion, in fantasy, and not be in reality. And you will break your heart every time. Every single time you will break your own heart. Fantasy is important, but it's not supposed to be 80% of your thought process in your existence. It's there to provide you with stimulation to be more creative, pleasure, things of that nature. It exists for a reason, not for us to live there. So, with all of that being said, I want to send whoever needs some love right now, some love. I want to send whoever needs a virtual hug right now, a virtual hug. And I want to say thank you for tuning in. If you listen to the whole video, drop me a 100 at the bottom. It'll be greatly appreciated. it'll be received with love. Thank y'all for tuning in. Words of wisdom, words of encouragement. Free game. Peace.